Most haunted dolls in America end up locked away in museums, sealed behind glass, but this one, it never made it that far. The family who owned it swore it was possessed, their neighbors called it cursed, and the police department quietly labeled the case unexplained activity. This is the story of the doll from Maple County, Ohio. In 2009, the McCarthy family moved into a quiet Ohio suburb. It was the perfect two-story home to raise their 6-year-old daughter, Katie. Just a week after moving in, they went to a community yard sale. Katie wandered off and came back holding a porcelain doll. It had pale skin, eerie glass eyes, and wore a faded blue dress. The seller, an older woman, simply said, "It belonged to my daughter." Then she leaned in and whispered she didn't like to be alone. Katie begged to keep it, so her mother paid $5. Cheap, almost too cheap. That very first night they heard it, a soft rhythmic tapping coming from the hallway. Tap, tap, tap. Mrs. McCarthy thought it was just the house settling, maybe old pipes. But when she opened the bedroom door, the doll was sitting there in the hallway, upright, staring at the staircase. They put it back on the shelf in Katie's room. The next morning it was sitting near the window. Katie swore she hadn't moved it. Over the next few days, things got stranger. Katie started talking to the doll constantly. These weren't cute, playful chats. They were quiet, serious conversations. One night, her father overheard her whispering, "No, I don't want to do that. Mom will get mad. I don't know where the keys are." When he asked who she was talking to, she just said, "My friend." She gets angry when you ask her name. Kids have imaginary friends. Sure, but imaginary friends don't slam doors in the middle of the night. One windy November evening, the power went out. Mr. McCarthy grabbed a flashlight and went to check the basement breaker. As the beam of light cut through the darkness, it landed on the doll, sitting at the bottom of the staircase, in its mouth. It was curved into a smile, not painted that way, just smiling. He stumbled back in shock, and the doll tipped over. When he picked it up, its face was normal again. He didn't sleep at all that night. Deeply disturbed, Mrs. McCarthy found the woman from the yard sale and asked about the doll's history. The woman hesitated, then told her the truth. The doll belonged to her daughter, Emily, who had drowned in a nearby creek back in 1986. She was only 9. Emily took that doll everywhere. After she died, the family started finding the doll in different rooms, moving on its own. They eventually locked it away in a trunk. The woman looked her in the eyes and said, "I didn't sell it for the money, I just wanted it gone." After that conversation, the activity escalated. Lights flickered on and off. Footsteps echoed upstairs when no one was there. The door to Katie's room would creak open by itself every night. One morning they found the doll's dress was damp, and it smelled faintly of creek water. Katie grew colder, quieter. She started drawing pictures of a little girl with no face. Then, one night, a scream tore through the house. Her parents rushed into her room. The doll was sitting beside her pillow, its head tilted, and its glass eyes were wet, with tiny droplets of water running down its cheeks. But the most terrifying part, Katie wasn't in her bed. She was standing by the window, whispering, "Emily wants to go home." The McCarthys called the police. The officer who responded later wrote in his report, "No signs of forced entry. Child visibly distressed. Doll placed in corner facing wall." But what he didn't write, what he told his partner later, was that he moved the doll himself, and when he turned back, it was sitting upright again. The family moved out within 48 hours. They left everything behind: furniture, toys, appliances, but they took the doll. They dropped it in a church donation bin. The church never reported receiving it. Someone else must have taken it. To this day, locals in Maple County claim the doll still appears at random yard sales. Always a porcelain face, a blue dress, and cold glass eyes. Always sold cheap, and always to a family with a young child, and every person who sells it says the exact same thing: "It belonged to my daughter. She didn't like to be alone." Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more strange stories.